Samina wearing pearls is the title card of the day. It doesn't need to be a verb every single time. How have you been? How are you doing? My name is Samina. This channel is really all about vintage movies. Vintage movies, that is movies from the 20th century. Yeah, I got it right the first time. And animation, like animation throughout its whole history. You know, as an art lover, it's just my love for art set in motion. Okay, so today's episode is an animation station. We had an animation station a while back before I did a political one. If you're following the law, it must be a vintage viewing one, but my page, I do as I say. So it's a continuation from my last video. My last video was about the South animation trope. Hillbillies in cartoons. Today's video is its exact opposite, because I personally like to cover all bases. I never want to seem biased. I have an inner judge in me. I don't even know what I mean. Where am I? Okay, so the City Rat animation trope. Various, very entertaining series across the film medium about life in the city. There are various shows that either idolize or just portray the raw facts about city life, different from the idealization of cities. There's this concept that I should have had. It's a Japanese concept of how it feels to go to Paris and then not feeling the whimsy like they'd expect. Who's this person? Now, why is he doing that right now? Like, seriously, like, cussing. But we move. So, I want to lay it in really hard, like, I'm anti-city rat, like, in this case, because my tastes have shifted since what I idealized as a child. So I was talking about the France thing. Going to Paris, like the Paris that is stuck in the fairy tales, the Paris that is in the storybooks and the movies, is late 1800 Paris, like the 1890s through maybe the early 1900s. Like that was when the magic was captured. Like that is a sign of cities. We're going to talk a lot about cities in this episode. My personal opinions. The magic of a city that gets people flocking there is not something that is like a permanent basis kind of thing. It is a zeitgeist kind of thing. And that is my lens, so that is where we are here. The idealization, or is it idealization? Like it's both of city life, especially at this point, is like so dangerous. City life has become very harsh, and it's about to get even harsher. Because guess what? We're in the 1920s. So My tastes have changed. What I mean by that is right now, I just want green. I want green, green, green. I want green north, green south, green west, and then east. It could be green, but it could be blue as well. And then still blue. So maybe a lake or a sea. That's what I want, like, throughout. I want wild birds. Like, let's do this quiz, beloved viewer. How many bird species do you have around your area? If you're from Moldova, discount weaver birds, like the brown weaver birds, crows or ravens, depending on where you are. We're talking about all the other birds. Oh, and pigeons. Not that they're bad birds or they're not significant to the big picture. I'm trying to like show you something. Let me show you something. I usually play my videos as I shoot, and I'm like, I can see the blush crisis. But I love it. Oh my god, I love myself so much. Let's stop with this. Yes, native birds, native plant species, especially weeds. Like, what are the weeds around your place? Is it just grass? You, sir, madam, are probably in the wrong environment at the wrong time. Insects, like insects in an untouched, like pure, no, all those words, Jesus, natural environment. Like, the insect species is so varied. Like, sometimes I see a new insect every day. I'm just thinking about the last insect I saw and how beautiful it was. Like, I was like amazed by the decoration of it all. It looked like what's this thing ya kujikinga when you're throwing an arrow? That thing, shield. Yes, it looked like a shield, and then it looked like an African shield. Like, the patterns on its back, I think it was a beetle, like the patterns on its back looked like cow skin on a shield, including its shape, and it was brown, and the markings were like in gold or yellow, and then its downside was yellow. Anyway, yes, I've been a lot for going back to the natural state of things. That's something that I've discussed a lot on this page. It's a passion of mine. So I entitled this City Rat because that is just like how essentially it is living in a city, and you can't really convince me otherwise. Like, packing into each other. Like how the situation as it is right now, like in the big cities that were being idolized, like in the 90s and the 80s and the 70s and the 60s, or is it just the whole of America just failing? Let me not laugh. Like, the documentaries I'm watching, I saw something so ghastly, like is it Prop 47 or something like that? The cities are completely abandoned, like the offices, the buildings in the CBD, abandoned. Like, everything is empty glass windows that once showcased designer. They're empty, and then the streets are filled with homeless people. Like, that scene was so disturbing. Like, you're seeing empty houses and then people there. And then on top of it all, the few supermarkets, the big chains that came and ruined the small business in the first place, that is like the backbone of the beginning of a city, because a city is created by the efforts of some extremely hardworking people. Like, enterprising cities and enterprise go hand in hand. the dream is realized, the dream gets overblown out of proportion, and then the dream starts wavering. And it's so scary. Like, it's so scary. Like, the wealth gap right now between the poor and the rich in those places. It's not even a gap. You can't even consider it a gap. It's like one whole country and another, like an island. It's so scary. And then people are just like zombies running around the cities. Like, that is a sign of something. You know me, oracle things. How are you doing? Have you missed me? I feel so weird. I feel so different. Everything, like, but I'm really enjoying it. Like, I can't even believe I'm shooting this. You don't know how much effort it takes me for doing this. Like, I've been preparing for like 4 hours. 4 hours today. I'm not talking about the writing and everything else before here, but I'm loving the silence. Like, it's so beautiful. Like, listen, like, sometimes besides one very beautiful wild bird whose call I don't know, and a crow and a tuk-tuk sometimes. Okay, let me stop listening. Those are monkeys. Imagine jumping around a tree. Like, it's so beautiful. Yes, wild animals. Like, right now, to say you see some wild animals on your commute, on your way home, outside your window, is the biggest flex. Not living in floor 37. Of apartments complex B that has its own elevator. Wow. And not doorman. I think I said this before somewhere. Like, I love Regency. Like, I love Gilded Age. That is one of my favorite what is that called? Vintage cosplays. So if your apartment has an elevator, you have to have a doorman in a very nice pressed uniform, clean, white collar, and gloves. OMG. So you can see I'm leaning on one side, especially right now with the issues I'm telling you about, like the issues I believe cities are facing. Or maybe also I'm tired of the out and about. Like, I crave the life of siesta. The revelation of what it means to have that beautiful old world experience means everything to me right now. Insert this particular story that runs around of I think it was a fisherman and a missionary or something. You know what, I love those people. Akakuja finding I think it was like at 4 p.m. like after 3 p.m. And then he was like, why are you sleeping? Like afternoon nap. Yes, the story is based on afternoon nap. Something I can't take myself because of being an ex-city rat. Like, I can't imagine sleeping during the daytime. Like, it's not something that comes easy to me. So I think it was after siesta. It was after siesta. He asked this man, why are you sleeping? Like, don't you know if you go for a second shift into the ocean, try and fish some more, take that fish, go to the market, sell it, you will have more fish than the amount of fish. I think maybe he's hearing the word fish and it's triggering him. Then I will get double the profits. You'll become an extremely rich man, and then you're going to open different fish shops. And then the guy asked him, and then what? Then you can be able to relax with your wife during and enjoy the ocean, something like that. And then the guy asked him, am I not living that life already right now? There's a deep message somewhere there in that story. Basic philosophy. But yes, you can't convince me. But I understand that people who come from the country, like, they don't really see it in the same way. I think now, because I just said, like, I was burnt out like a while back, like, I'm not really willing to, like, the grind. I just want to work for me and my family, you know, like, just to make sure that everyone is doing okay. Like, I don't have that need of having 6 Lamborghinis and but if God wills it, I'm not going to block my own blessings. Jokes aside, especially like coming from one place and then going to another place to suffer, like, that does not make sense to me at all. Like, it's chasing the dream, and the dream right now does not exist. Like, it's getting harder and harder, and the funny thing is, I'm not really seeing it like going down. Like, it has to correct itself, because that is the nature of everything. Like, when something becomes too much, naturally things get to restart. Like, it is the order of things. So it feels like a ticking time bomb for anyone who will see this video before the actual, like, crisis. And then, like, haha, I predicted it as usual. So much geopolitics. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. I can't say so. Jokes aside, I think I'm feeling weird because of my last video. Like, my last video, I loved it so much. It was so good. Like, such good writing. So I have pressure for this one to, like, turn out okay. And it's just me. That's the thing. Like, if I don't tune into me, it won't work out. A little self-love moment over there. This is an animation station episode, so you understand all that, like, the basis of the topic. Let's move into the series. The first one is pretty obvious for animation fans. Futurama. Futurama is amazing. It's one of my personal favorites ever because of Matt Groening. Those three, which three? Matt Groening, Seth MacFarlane, and Trey Parker and Matt Stone. Like, everything they have done, I have watched with great love and passion and diligence. That now I've gotten something new. Like, I've gotten a good idea for reels. Reels are really hard for me. Like, I don't know what to cut out and what not to. But I've gotten how I can, like, do its own thing. Like, real content is real content, and it's going to be engaging. So I'm wishing the best for me there. Futurama is set in 3000, the year 3000, like, literally the year 3000 on the mark, when Fry accidentally locks himself in a cryogenics freezer for 1000 years when he was delivering a pizza on 1999 New Year's Eve. It is such a cool series. Like, okay, let me not think about, I've been talking a lot about the politics. Now let me talk about the animation, the meat of this show. I love how they have an end yourself booth in every corner, because the situation is that tough. Of course, the actual city, which is New York, like, okay, yeah, definitely now that's like supports my point. Like, there's no way the actual city can make it to the year 3000. Like, it will have crumbled and risen again, crumbled, risen again, crumbled, all the way to 3000. Where things are so ahead. There are aliens, robots, and people live in harmony. So you people think about you people about how the Simpsons predicts everything, how Futurama predicts everything is even more scary. The writers were all people of science, academics. Like, it was not written with guesswork. It has very good sci-fi. Okay, baby, shut up. Okay, it has where science was at the turn of the millennium, like them hypothesizing the next step. I think that's like the best way to put it, because they discuss everything. They discuss now AI, like literally robots at the same level as humans in existing, and aliens have already reached, and we are coexisting. Everything from science. Professor Farnsworth, one of my favorite characters, like all-time favorite characters, animated characters. Who else? The whole show is well written. Like, it's a show about predicting the future, but the artists are old school artists, so the whole story feels storybook-ish. I don't know how to explain it. And then they gave us a renewal. Oh my god, like I couldn't believe it. Let me not lie to you. Like, when a friend of mine just randomly told me, by the way, Futurama has renewed a new season, like I couldn't believe it. Like, it was shock and disbelief, as I just said. Because I was like, how are they going to capture the magic? One of the weirdest things about the fun is cool, I know. One of the weirdest things about rebooting a show, an animated show, which isn't as bad as live action, because live action, the actual characters age, so you can't really do anything. And yeah, let's say animation in this case is way better in that context. To get all the original voice actors together, to get like the writing team. Okay, writing can change, but like the core, to get it like exactly as it was, they did it, just to show how much this is a genius show. Like, please watch it if you're really, no, who am I going to like suggest this to? Like, if you're really into the city life, no. If you are also like in support of my thesis of the city life, idealization is crumbling, you like this, but there is no way you don't know the show. But no, and that, I'm assuming that's like all my viewers, hey, get out, all my viewers are animation fanatics like me, and they're not. So watch Futurama, it's amazing, like it's so funny. Fry, I was just thinking about how Fry is such a cool name. It's so storybook, like the main character's name is Fry. And the girl of his dreams is Lila. Zoidberg, oh my god, Zoidberg is so funny. And Bender, I love Bender, and I am so into his voice actor these days. Like, I just love his voice, and thinking about how he's done so many Black American characters, but he does them well. But his voice gives me Merida. Remember the king, like the king in Tangled. That is like a good voicing, which he has done, because he has also done this show, which will bamba the dragon. What is the name of the dragon show? Film expert, and I still can't place that. Dragons of dragons. Disenchanted, amazing show. But here we're talking about the city. So many things like corporation, greed, politicians blinding. They have Nixon coming back. not knowing that things get worse. But me personally, I'm not a Trump hater. Like, I'm not a Trump hater, like, at all. And then the funny thing is, POCs are the ones who like to claim how much they hate Trump. But before, like, Trump even had music created by rap stars in his honor. Like, what's changed? People are so weird. Like, people are weird to me. Where is this going? Definitely go Kamala. Like, this is maybe like the Liz Truss situation where you're being given a garbage bin and then you're told, Liz, fix it. Fix it up, you're a woman. But I love Kamala. Like, I love Kamala. And, you know, the tower, like, right now things are at the tower, like the tarot card. And if they don't crumble and rise, and the new rises, things are going to be messed up. So I'm really excited to see that, especially like on the global economic scale of things, which means the city life is very undesirable, but at the same time, like, it always has been. Like, in the dream, I don't know how it is, but there's always a direction. Like, in Moldova's capital city, like, the city dream is towards the west. It's not towards the east, like, towards the east. But it's always been about opportunities, which seem to be running dry right now, and everything being given to the AI. Like, the jobs that humans are doing are the ones that have been given to AI, and then the jobs that humans don't want to build are continuing to work with. How sad. Like, it just doesn't make sense. It will crumble into itself, says Famina the Oracle. Like, we're going back to old school where Gamias are how many Gamias do you have? Not how many zeros of ghost money. Very scary. Like, right now, have your valuables in a physical material form. That is what I'm just trying to say. And the city, which is a slice, is a slice of the dream. You know, unless you're there at the top of the pyramid, like, that is like no problem. Why you also have an escape plan. Like, right now it's about this, am I doing animation or am I doing something else? Let's move on to the next one, because I'm really dragging this video out. The next one is animals. Let me put a show that is like a little bit niche and not around, but still pretty cool, and it deserves its viewership. No, this is New York, like New York, let's say maybe 80s to the 2000s. It's about the animals living there, which is also very cool. Like, I love the caged concept of animals. Like, I can't imagine like having a dog in a crate unless it's a tiny dog which can stay like somewhere on the sofa or the carpet. Having pets is like so. Having pets as a city rat is so weird, because you are also a pet in some way. I don't even know what am I saying. Like, today's video is so weird. Nimejiambia, let me just shoot, like, let things just go. Like, I'm not going to think things through a lot, because I'm not trying to edit myself. I'm trying to be me. The main characters are two pigeons. There are many freaky characters. It's so beautiful. Okay, if you're an animal fan, you will like animals. If you like animals, if you're also into like those dynamics, that is like, I think 2024's Samina's overused word. Like, is it a steam of sorts? I don't know, but yes, the dynamics of that hustle, they have tried to like paint the human experiences on these animals, but you know, you get what they are really talking about. It's so interesting. Ingia na upite mbio with all that orange you are wearing, looking like a fruit. Ni nini umekuja nayo? She is happy to see you. Harakisha upite, I'm shooting. Na this orange yako na mimi pia nimevaa orange. Yes, animals. I just remembered it. I watched it a long time ago. I watched it a couple of years back, but it was nice. I remember, and there were some really freaky cats, as usual. What's new? Are cats never freaky? Let's move on to the third one, because I can't believe how long I've been talking. The third one is every Ralph Bakshi movie ever. I had actually done a whole episode on Ralph Bakshi, like, and everything he has done, because I was obsessed by his artwork, by his animation, by what he was talking about. Everything was extremely beautiful. And then this guy is speaking as a complete City Rat native. Third perspective. I like this list. This guy grew up like in the hoods of Brooklyn. So he's writing about what he saw. Expects a lot of darkness. Oh my god, not darkness even like in corners without light, literally, but darkness in subject matter. But here's the funny thing, he is not exaggerating. He's exaggerating in his art style. His art style is very exaggerated, and that's really part of its beauty. Like, it's grotesque in some nature, and it really does match the energy and the vibes of what it really does mean to be a city rat. Not like the person idealizing and moving on there and buying a bubble couch. It is the person who has lived there, who has gone through all the vichochoros and seeing the vichochoros changing in front of their own eyes. Speaking personal experience, vichochoro is alleyways, like the alleyways of your childhood no longer existing because things are being gentrified. No, it's looking like a millennial interior design magazine spread. Which isn't bad. No, I really hate it. Like, I hate that style so much. I'm a maximalist, and I'm pretty sure I have expressed that like in every single video of mine. I love jewelry, I love makeup, I love colors. I just love, that's me. Putting that into words. I love his work. It's so beautiful because I love this dynamic of there's like this really sweet relationship between Jewish boys from the hood and black girls from the hood. Like, it's a stereotype in its own self, and it's its own trope. Like, there are actually so many movies, so many series with that going on, and Ralph Bakshi is really about that. But I totally understand, because they were both the unincludeds of that community, and you have to stick together. Like, there's no racism towards the juiciness of black American men. Really, you can even just like see it in the art style as well. Like, I love how he's drawing. I mean, like, let me just show you some pictures of how he drew. Like, okay, people could say his work is racist. I understand anyone who is not from like who is from the top of the pyramid to around the olives saying that it's racist, but me looking at it as someone who is considered bottom of the rung, and its points. It's so beautiful, like it's so beautiful. It's about hood rats and gangsters and pimps and people just trying to make it, okay, just trying to make it in the big city. Which is like the bracket of this whole video. This whole video's inspiration, I think, will just be that. It will be Ralph Baksh's film. My favorite is Coonskin, hands down. Coonskin is literally Bra Rabbit story. Bra Rabbit being Kakasungura, like it's a literal Kakasungura story, and it's so beautiful. Because I've never seen anyone cosplaying the main character, and I don't even understand why, because it's just, but that would mean blackface or a Hulon mask. It doesn't make sense. I also have other favorites. This is my second favorite. I don't know, I can't remember the name right now when it's extremely necessary. But yes, this is actually like him writing from his own like perspective and how he grew up, and like he has a Black American girlfriend who is a dancer, an exotic dancer. So just trying to make it to the big city. It's so beautiful. It's so beautifully done. I love it. I love him. I love his movies. I can handle the grotesque nature of his art style and understand why. Like, he pushed those boundaries. He's not even actually pushing boundaries. He's just showing the true reality of things for the people who truly crave the city rat life, and the people who have to build the city rat life from nothing, completely nothing. You have to do what you have to do. Fourth on the list, and I feel like somehow they're related, like, and I don't even know why I will say that with like my previous animation recommendation in this one, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I feel like doing a whole Aqua Teen episode because of how relevant it is in the animation sphere. Like, Aqua Teen Hunger Force is a landmark. It's a milestone of animation. The journey of animation. I don't know how to put it. Like, before it, things were completely different, and after it, things are completely different. I'm a huge fan. I'm a huge fan of everyone, the voice actors. You know, I'm a huge Dan Snyder fan. Like, I love him so much in every single role, which I just saw him in Smiling Friends as Snowman, and he looks, I think, was his white, which is such a weird correlation, but you know, pulling on the nostalgia strings. And his role was like, he's just one of my favorite one of my top favorites voice actors, all time voice actors. Like, I love him in every role. I love his interpretation of every character, like how he interprets the characters. What's happening is so late. It's so beautiful. Like, I'm loving the sunset right now, but I really don't know how it's affecting my lighting. Aqua Teen Hunger Force is about the boys in the hood. I don't know how else to put it. Yet another hood animation, which is like what really what really City Rats is about. It's about these three roommates. So you can see how on theme it is. Just like trying their best to live life in a small city. This one is a bit unique because it's not really about NY as all these others have been, but all these other animations have been plugging about like the big city, like, and the reality of things down there by there, besides Futurama, which is like imagining the future. It's one of my favorite animations ever, like ever. Top 5 at least. I love Shake. I was just saying I love the Snyder. So Shake is my favorite character. Shake and Carl. Like you can't beat Carl. Maybe every episode that is Carl sent on this one. Carl is so funny and so well written. Carl is literally broski. Say broski. Broski is a very good way to just like try to do broski, but like 10 years later when he's like super haggard, he doesn't really have like all that to call the bitches, and he's trying to live life, you know, being fat and losing hair and oh my god, it's so nice. Like I love everything about Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Like I would recommend it, and it fits new age sentiments more than the others. This is ingine unaweza sema ziko like a little bit old school, but Aqua Teen Hunger Force, which is like predicted like the short format of animation, like I think the episodes go for like 11 minutes. 11 minutes feels like a lot. I don't even think it's 11, maybe it's 5, like the whole thing. So it's just a snippet of absolute chaos. One of the most creative shows out there. Like it gives me hope now. You see, where I'm saying it's like milestone because of the amount of creativity. Like the animation, which is a trademark word by me, of cartoons. The farthest concept of that is like not touching Aqua Teen Hunger Force, even though they also do some anime episodes, but they do it as like once in a while shout out. They don't do it like everything, you know, like point A to point B. You should not be following the rules of physics and chemistry. That's my whole deal, you know. That's always been my whole deal about animation. Like animation should be where your creativity is not held, and anime, starting from the animation style. And you know, I said I'm an art lover, so that is important to me. Like I need my animation to be visually stimulating. If you give me the same face and the same eyes, like literally even the same outfits, the same hairstyles, no, that is not creative enough for me. Aqua Teen Hunger Force throws that out of the window completely. Like the main characters are literally items of food. Master Shake is a milkshake, Meatball is a meatball, and Frylock is a bag of fries. But they are people. You see, use of imagination. Like it's so important right now, where everyone is trying to be turned into one thing. Watch it if you like absurdist humor. Like but the whole show is you don't try and question kind of cartoons, and I really like that, because if you question, we keep questioning from like the first sentence to the last one. We just have to be thoroughly entertained. Good things about living in the city, like ordering mail order brides. Carl has a Subaru. Not really a Subaru, but a pimped out ride. You get it? I love it so much. I know so many people like Carl, like from Kuaona. Let's move on to the next one. The next one is Central Park. Let's go back to the actual big city that inspired what city life is in the imagination of people for close to 50 years. 50 plus years actually. Like you actually live in a big city? Wow. You made it. Like, and then you look at the rent. Okay, yeah, I'm just like that. As you have seen from the many things I have said in this video, you're paying thousands to live in a little box just to say you're living in the big city. For me, it doesn't make sense at all. But that's just me. So now struggles au kuacha kwangu no hazi make sense kabisa. Like they are the most outrageous. Not even like talking about Moldova's big city or something, or talking about the big city. This cartoon is done by the makers of Bob's Burgers, who I really love. Bob's Burgers could be a special mention because they're also really about like what it means to run a business in a city, and like having your children run the store with you. Like if you come from the city, you know, definitely like whatever business your family is in, you don't have to be in, like automatically you have to have, and getting yourself out of it, you feel like the black sheep, which makes no sense. Like for countryside people, I see like they really just let people like sow their oats as fast as possible. Like everyone, like there's a healthy intermingling. What is this related to? I already forgot it. So Central Park is about conservation of like the only, when I saw pictures of that park in relation to the whole city, like these people are asking, you're asking too much for that little piece of land. And then the funny thing is it was also in danger of like being whatever wiped out so that people can build more skyscrapers, because we need more of that. And Central Park is really all about that. Like it's about trying to keep, I not watched the latest season, I watched season 1. I just wanted to put something here, but it's really nice and it's about the big city, so it adds up. Like okay, it's not my kind of show because you know me, I like it a little bit raunchy. This is really on Bob's Burgers level of like humor and everything. Like it's a good family oriented show, even though it has adult humor and situationships. This is the one that I would recommend for children to watch. Like oh my god, Ralph Bakshi, oh my god, I should put an ad there, because like be careful when you're watching like Ralph Bakshi films. Like he shows the real reality of city life, so you can piece the pieces together of what is going down in his movies. Central Park, opposite direction. Let's move on. Another one is Harvey Birdman, Attorney of Law. This one is a superhero comic style animation, and I feel like that genre is like so birthed from the Big Apple. Like they come together. Like it's always about, it's never about a person with special powers flying through large tracts of land and making sure cows do not fall in rivers and cooling down granary fires. It's always about petty criminals, people trying to the people in Ralph Bakshi's movies being arrested for trying to feed themselves, because you never judge what goes on in the city. It's so funny. So Harvey Birdman is so cool in the nostalgia like thing about it. It's about now this superhero who's trying to resolve things which are most of the time caused by one villain. Like it looks like Batman, but it's not really like Batman, because this guy is a attorney and he tries to help. It is such a cool series. He tries to help old Hanna-Barbera characters. So if you like animation from Skinner, Scooby-Doo, Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes, who are not Hanna-Barbera, you know, but those guys, he tries to help them in situations, win cases in court, defending. It is so nice. I'm not watching it in a long while, but I will definitely rewatch it when I get the time, and I would suggest it. So if you like superhero comics, if you like that whole DC Marvel thing, which also fits into this big city category, but in the idealization part of it, you're going to like Harvey Birdman, Attorney of Law. And if you actually like old school cartoons, like everyone, even was it called Foggy Bear? and all those guys like come back together. Seeing them again, seeing them kwanza reimagining like an adult animation perspective is also cool. I love it and all that because they're capturing the nostalgia of people like me. Even though it's an old show. I think it is from the 90s. Yes. Next one. Oh my god, this lighting. Let's do honorable mentions. The Paradise PD. Not really about police in the big city and struggling with actual like serious crime. It is they're more of Florida policemen. But you get the city vibe. Like there's a lot of bureaucracy and shenanigans, city shenanigans, like crime, substances, and various illicit things. I like Paradise PD because the animation is very like City Rat. Like they're laughing at modern topics. I'm losing steam as you can see because I've been doing this for such a long while. Oh my god. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is another one, definitely. Like that is like literally I was just trying, as I was writing this, I was imagining like how much they contributed to the world's love for pizza. I just like that. Like this is the beauty of art and animation. Like it's alters brains, but that is film in general. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, literal city turtles with a city rat father. Oh my god, imeingiliana vizuri. Hata sikuwa nafikiria that direction, but yes. So they are city rats by adoption. And again, fighting small criminals and villains. I really don't remember. It's not really my cup of tea. And I'm sure maybe they've even written some adult-oriented shows because this is one of the franchises which has like 7 million series. But we're doing it for the episode. The people who actually want to watch these cartoons, and I am here to provide you the knowledge for your next entertainment session. And finally, Everyday C and Marvel comic ever. Idealizing it in like the wrong light completely, making it seem fun to want to live. I saw a comment okay, because I like reading comments. I'm one of those people. One of my favorite pages, but someone was complaining. A city rat was complaining, like we don't have some rich celebrity was doing something outrageous. And then the guy commented, please, we don't have time for this. A loaf of bread is now $8. Am I remembering that correctly? And I was like, did I just read this correctly? Like, can you imagine? No, okay. That is how shocked I am. Paka saizi, I'm wondering if like I have altered that memory in my head. Mkate moja 800. That's what it means to live in the big city. So, not me. Not me. And the change has been happening like so gradually over, like I could say the 20s, like all through the 20s. Just that's what it's all been about for me, like going back to my roots, like going back into nature and everything. Like right now my tongue is, the taste buds have realigned, so is my stomach. There are some soft drinks and processed food that if I eat right now, I literally have a stomach ache. But when I was a kid, I used to eat like a lot and I enjoyed it. Like afterwards, it was like a happy experience. But right now I can't. Like I literally feel sick. Like my tummy hurts and like I feel low vibration. So yeah, I'm moving even further and further away from that. Like a beachfront property maybe, or a ranch, somewhere. Let me rank my favorite climates. Number one, definitely beachfront. Like, that is not even like debating or anything. Number two, very green but very hot and very humid, which is also where I live. So I thank God, like, Jesus just like looks out for me like that. The third environment is savannah. Like, I love that brown, tan, creams, camel colors. Like, it's so beautiful, and with shrubbery, and there, it also means animals. So yeah, mashallah. And fourth on my list is green. Definitely, we're talking about emerald green, like green. So that is rainforest. I don't like cold, and that's why it's like at number 4. My light is going, but I'm done. In conclusion, I am elitist, as you have seen in my previous videos. I'm incredibly proud of being a young African woman. Like, those are adjectives that have never been used to describe a state of pride for many people over many years. But like, I feel like I've hit the jackpot. Like, I understand why I chose this role. Like, life is beautiful where I live. It's still moderately cheap, and we're fighting extremely hard so that we don't be put in city rat shenanigans by greedy people who are actually like seeing that as like the ideal to chase. I say no to that. And I want it to get greener. And I just know, like, everything, even with like the quality of air, the quality of soil, the quality of water, like, I'm really at the best place. There's nothing that would make me want to crave to be cramped up with other people. Never. And it's also a good time, like, jokes aside, like, it's actually a good time, like, in also the pyramid of attractiveness, I'm apparently at the top as well. When I saw this, like, I couldn't even believe my eyes when I saw this picture. Like, what is going on here? I laughed. Someone called it the Marcus Zuckerberg era. I called it the Marcus Zuckerberg era. I saw that in a comment somewhere that this isn't Mark Zuckerberg, this is Marcus Zuckerberg. Why am I putting an S there? But it's so funny, like, the ideal has become African entirely, like. And then another video I saw of some high schoolers from Europe or somewhere, like, being told to cosplay as the average British individual, and it's literally Kevo. Kevo Brayo and the girls, Shaquisha and Tatiana, and me, Samina. What a time, like, what does this even mean for racism? Like, racism is not even a thing right now, like, at all. We are being given our flowers, and I'm so happy for that. I don't know, like, has this like made you change your mind, or like why you want to leave or something? I don't know. I'm just sharing my ideas. The idea, okay, not the city idealization is dead, but the cities being idealized are dead. Maybe for a new city to come up, and I wish it was Africa, but I'm all for putting borders around Africa right now. I really do. Like, I don't want, like, our air is still beautiful, like, our ozone is still in one piece. Like, the way the climate has been changing, like, so badly the past couple of years. For us, it's actually gotten better because it just means the dry months have been getting some rain, and the rainy months have been getting some sun. So even the rest of the world screwing themselves over still worked out for Africa. I just love me. I love everything. I love everything as it is right now. I'm holding on to change it for a thing. So yeah. Are you city rat or are you completely south? Yeah, I will see you in the next video. The next video is a vintage viewing one. Oh my god! I can't believe it, we're here finally. Because I'm so tired. But it's been fun. It's been fun to shoot this. Just hoping everything is shooting. Just hoping I can't. I love you. Thank you so much for watching. If you love me, subscribe. That's the first time I've said it throughout this whole video. Subscribe, please. If you like this content, if you'd like more of me, if you want better, I will give you better if you subscribe and like this video. Or dislike, because I've said a lot. Like, you know, if your dream has always been just like that, and then here I am like shitting on your dream for no reason. Bye.